Hi everyone, and welcome back to another movie of the week. And the movie this week was Home Alone from 1990, so you haven't watched it now. If you're new to movie of the week, is I talk about a movie here, you guys comment below your thoughts. And in 2024, we're doing franchise and reboots and things of those elements. So we're doing the first Home Alone movie, and then next week we'll do the second Home Alone movie, and that's how we're gonna end the year. And I think there's like other versions of Home Alones and stuff, and so like a lot of times this year I've compared like revivals or reboots or remakes, I guess. And so I could have done that, but I haven't watched any of those movies before. And I really love Home Alone 1 and Home Alone 2. And I think like this time last year, I did like Elf. And you know, even though I'm Jewish, like I still love like Elf as a Christmas movie and Home Alone as Christmas movies. And so I watch these movies every few years. So I've watched this movie so many times. And it's just like a classic movie to watch. It's like a classic. Like Home Alone is a classic. So if you haven't watched it before, like I'm so glad you're watching it now. And it's a movie that you should watch. It's like, I don't know, it's like my childhood or something. And like obviously like I think I talk about it in other videos, like especially movies you've watched so many times or watch, you know, maybe where you're younger, like as you grow up and you become more mature and your brain develops and the experiences you have and where you are in your life, you always have different perspectives on movies. Like if I watch, well, I did watch this now, but like in 5 years, if I was to watch this movie, which I probably will, I'll probably actually watch it sooner, like I will have a different perspective on the movie because I'm older, I'll be in a different point in my life, and that's just kind of how movie reviews go. Also I'm someone who's very critical of kids movies, and this is technically a kids movie because it's appropriate for kids, so I guess that makes it a kids movie. But you know, kids movies, that's the thing, is you can enjoy as an adult, but then again, I don't really like kids movies, so it's hard to enjoy as an adult. But I think this is one that you can enjoy as an adult, and I think that's the thing where, you know, over time, like maybe it doesn't have that same feeling. Like if this is, you know, my first time watching it, I was 24 like I am now. Like I think I would look at it much differently because I'm an adult, but because, and I do look at it a little bit differently, but because I also watched it so many times as a kid and has some nostalgia with it, like my perspective's different than someone who's watching it for the first time as a 24-year-old. Does that make sense? I don't know. But I mean, yeah, it's just kind of crazy that they just like leave their son at home. And like, that's the thing, is you couldn't do these movies nowadays because like, that's the reason they couldn't get hold of him, because the phone lines were down. And like, again, you couldn't make these movies nowadays. And then I think at one point, like a police officer went there, but then he was kind of scared of the police. And then especially, well, he didn't know it was the police. He was scared that it was like the robbers getting into the house. And then he was scared of the police later on because he thought he was getting in trouble with shoplifting, when it's like, why don't you go to the police in the first place? From his perspective, he thought his wish came true. Like his family disappeared. He didn't realize like his family left without him. So like he should have, I don't know, hopefully if you're a parent, you'll never leave your kid at home. Hopefully I'll never leave my kid at home. But I think that's something you always say when your kids, like if you're like in a mall or whatever it is and you get lost, like go to a policeman, I don't know, whatever they're called. You know, that's what you're supposed to do. So kind of on them for not saying it. I mean, the mother, you know, we all know this actress, but like the amount of flights and the way that she was trying to get home. And when you think about it, like this family was rich, like their house is rich. And the way that they were just like, we'll book these expensive flights to get back home, and all the flights she was booking, like that was racking up. But like, I guess what you do for your son, but either way, like even, yeah, I'm sure anyone would do that for their son, but like they were rich, like come on. You know, as a kid, you don't think those things. You're like, oh my God, they have a big house. That's why the robbers are coming for your house, because there's a big house. But I think it's like, makes sense that like, he's not just home alone. Like maybe that's where the idea came from, like someone home alone. Like there has to be something else. And so it's something like where robbers, like it sounds like a crazy idea. Like I don't even know, maybe when they're originally pitching it, they were like, this is a crazy idea, but like it works and it makes sense. And he's actually really smart. Like some of the things he did, like when he was speaking that there was people there, and then all the traps. I feel like that's always my favorite scene, even though I can't watch when the guy puts his foot into the door thing. Like that's always my favorite thing, is like when they're trying to enter his house at the end, and he like has all those like little traps set up, and he's like really smart. Like I don't know, this kid's like 5 or something, and he's like really smart. I was about to say something and then I forgot. Oh yeah, this was only like over like 3 days, and I always felt like it was longer. as a kid, but it was only ever over 30 days. So yeah, holiday traveling makes me nervous because it like, well, I've never really traveled during the holidays before, and it sounds very chaotic, and I might have the opportunity this holiday, even though, well, you're watching this now, but it's just started being November, and now I don't know what's happening. So we'll see, but I think it's very crazy and very chaotic, and I was feeling anxiety from them. So yeah, no critiques, no notes. Like in the end, like it is more for kids, and so it doesn't hit like all the humor notes that is someone for my age. But that's the thing, is it is a nostalgia thing, and it's such a classic movie. It's such an easily watchable movie, and like that's the thing, is I do watch it like every year, every 2 years. That's what I do. And it's just so good, and there's not much else to say, there's not much else to critique, so I'm gonna kind of end it here. But obviously the movie we're gonna do for next week is Home Alone 2 from 1992, so comment below your thoughts about Home Alone 1 and watch that movie. And if you didn't know, in 2025 we're doing like, the theme is gonna be like kind of like romance, like romance movies, but it's not all gonna be like romance. Like there's gonna be some romantic comedies, there's gonna be some romantic dramas, there's gonna be some romantic thrillers. Like there's so many different like genres within romance, and so I'm excited to explore that. So obviously talk a little bit more in the next video, but thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and bye.